Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is MJ and I make YouTube videos on all things midlife, including my current weight loss journey through GLP1 medication. So if you're interested in finding out how my third week being on a Tirzepatide or Zepbound went, please stick around. So after that second week, I registered on the scale at 182.6. So I had dropped 1.2 pounds from the previous week. At the end of my third week, unfortunately, I got back up to 183.6, which is a gain of a whopping 1 pound, which as someone who's on this med specifically, to kind of see the number on the scale go down, I didn't pig out. I wasn't eating junk food. The only thing I did differently, two things. One, I introduced wine back to my diet just to see how my body will react drinking wine. And what I've noticed is that I did not get nauseous after drinking wine. I would only have like a glass or two. I did that twice that week. One when I went out with some girlfriends at the winery, and another time was when I was just hanging out with my husband at home. Again, I wanted to see whether or not I would get nauseous from drinking wine, and I didn't. So that was a plus. And then the second thing, which was I injected on my outer thigh instead of on my stomach, which is what highly recommended. And from all of my research, what I actually found is this type of medication is actually best injected on the stomach because, again, it's initially made for diabetic people to help with insulin and to help with balancing all of that. And so injecting elsewhere, yes, it lessens the side effects. However, it also lessens the efficacy of the medication. So yeah, I mean, third week was a complete bust. I didn't even feel like I was on any medication. So I decided moving forward after that third week is I'm going to strictly inject on my stomach and just kind of move about my belly. But I found through research that the medication is actually more effective if you inject on your stomach. So yeah, I really hated that. I kind of shot myself in the foot by trying something new. However, I think with something like this and something so new to all of this, I'm kind of doing the whole trial and error and doing the best I can to do what's best for me. But sometimes I think overly researching, overly watching YouTube videos and TikTok and Instagram and reading anecdotal evidence online, sadly sometimes can get in the way of like really following some sound advice from our own doctors. And so, yeah, I think for me moving forward, I'm gonna strictly inject on my stomach, and I'll just have to put up with the side effects. I would consider the side effects probably quite mild compared to some people who have reported really not being able to get out of bed, being incredibly tired and nauseous throughout the day. I find that I'm not nauseous throughout the day. I'm nauseous either because I haven't eaten at all and it's my body's way of letting me know that it's time for me to eat, or I eat something really heavy, I eat a lot, or I eat too fast. That's when I would get nauseous. Or a few days after injection, I would get nauseous. And so and the being tired, sadly, as much as I don't like it, it does come with a territory. So I have to learn to kind of live with that and hope that as I go up in dose, that my body will get fully acclimated and I won't will have very little to none side effects from the medication. So yeah, I'm, whew. So with these types of medication, unfortunately, I'm paying out of pocket. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like I can pay it, but it is a lot. I'm having to reshuffle things in my life in order to afford this medication. And so I really cannot afford to gain weight from it because of my inability to just stick to what's recommended to me. And also, I'm not really dieting per se. I'm eating what I want, but I know that I am getting a little too much carbs. And also, I'm still eating a lot of sweets. I'm really mindful of getting my fiber, and a big part of that is because I'm menopausal and I just want to help my body manage or do well with menopause. And so when I eat, the two things I'm mindful of is I got to get my fiber and then I got to get my protein. But still, even with that, I'm toying with eating some donuts here and there. Or eating too much rice or and bread. And so I really need to really think about my level of commitment when it comes to doing this medication, because it does not make any sense to me to continue injecting, continue throwing my money on this medication and not doing anything to help myself, to help me kind of do well on the meds. So I'm trying my hardest. Today's actually the first day where I'm being a little bit more mindful of my carb intake, and I'm going to try to do away as much as I can with bread, rice, and pasta. But if I do want it, I should be able to have it once in a while, but not every day like I have been. So yeah, again, to recap, week 3 was a bit of a bust, but that's because of my own fault. And I'm hoping moving forward, I could just stay the course, continue to have a really good positive attitude about it, try not to allow the number on the scale to dictate whether I feel successful or a failure on this medication, but really, revamping how I live lifestyle-wise in order to make sure I get the best benefits out of this medication. So thank you for sticking around if you stuck around this long, and thank you so much for watching. I think I'm going to record week 4 on this med so that I could get you to fully be caught up with where I'm at, which is I'm now finishing week 6 on this medication. All right, well, listen, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.